What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking in. I am the GZ guy. Today, before we get into the video, I just want to take a moment of silence for all the victims and their families and first responders and everyone affected by what took place yesterday in Texas. And I just want to have a moment of prayer. So if you guys would join me in that for a second, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I just think it's important that we, as a community, as a whole, car community, just generalized community, take the time to remember and think about stuff like that, because it's senseless, it's pointless, and it shouldn't happen, especially not to kids. Not that it should happen to anybody, but thank you guys for taking the time to do that with me. Before we get any further into what I want to talk about today, I do want to give a shout out to JDM Custom Creations with the Z at the end, over on Instagram. Go check out her page, guys. She does custom coasters and posters. I had these made. I'm not sponsored or promoted in any way by her. I did pay full price, and I got to be honest with you guys, these turned out phenomenal. They even have the felt on the back so they won't scratch your table, but that looks really good. So thank you so much for getting those sent out to me. I do have a poster as well that should be on the way, and I will definitely show you guys that once I get it. But go support small business, guys. Go check out her page, get your guys a set of coasters made, a poster. She has pricing, everything over there, so check that out. And again, thank you so much for getting those sent out to me. They look phenomenal. So I want to discuss fitment of suspension and stuff like that on the G35. I get a lot of people asking me what I'm running suspension wise and spacers, stuff like that. And I do apologize. My original intent for today's video was going to be installing that bleeder valve that I have from Z1. And honestly, guys, I just haven't had time to run to the auto parts store to get some fresh coolant once we drain all that out to install that. And honestly, I haven't been feeling that great the last few days and been super busy. So with that said, let me get the camera spun around. We'll talk about fitment and my personal thoughts on things like that, and we'll go from there. One sec. All right, guys, so there you have it. Obviously, we're looking at the rear of my car. Suspension-wise, I'm actually running stock suspension. I have been thinking about maybe dropping the car a little bit, going static or on coils. I haven't really decided. But honestly, being that this is my daily, and with my commute, I drive about 100 miles a day to and from work, and I don't know that I'm going to mess with it too much. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably just swapping out all the stock bushings and stuff like that and upgrading to urethane. But as far as ride height goes, I'm not horribly upset with it. I think it would look a little cleaner to get that wheel gap up there, drop just a little bit. But what I am running are spacers currently, which I think actually made the offset of the way the car sits look a lot cleaner, because stock on the G35 coupe, the back wheels are actually sunken in quite a bit. And as you can see there, it's pretty flush across the top. It does stick out a little bit down here on the bottom. I do have some mud guards that I got to get painted and installed on here. But on the rear, I'm running 25 millimeter Z1 spacers. You can kind of see down there the Z1 on that spacer. And in the front, I am running 20 millimeter spacers, because again, the fronts, they actually stuck out a little bit further, and this again just gave it a nice clean flush look in my opinion. And the wheel gap, again, if I were to lower it, I'd probably just go minimal. I don't know what brand I'd use overall, to be honest with you. I'd have to research it and figure that out. But I wouldn't want to go super low. Again, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but being that I have such a long commute and I drive on some pretty nasty roads, I'm not looking to get a super rough ride. The other thing I want to talk about is I get a lot of people commenting on how clear and clean my headlights are. And yes, they are aftermarket, the Spec Ds, but I've actually had these on here for a minute now. I've had them through good weather, bad weather. I've had them on for probably about a year, a little bit longer. And the trick that I have found that works for keeping them so clear is I literally, after every wash, I ceramic coat them, and then I go over them with a sealer, and it helps eliminate the fade. Unfortunately, as far as like rock chips and stuff like that hitting, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot with that. Yes, there are aftermarket film solutions that you can put over, but in my experience, those tend to fade out and yellow. I mean, obviously you can take them off and put new ones back on, but my method has been working for me now, like I said, for over a year. And I get a lot of you guys actually asking me how they are so clear and clean looking. And literally, guys, what I do, wash the car, I towel dry my car, and then when I go over the car with a sealant or any sort of quick detail or anything like that, the headlights, I always take time to do a nice ceramic coat on them and then seal them from there. And honestly, this is what you have, to the point where it's not going to probably pick up on camera, but like right there, you can see a small chip on the lens. But right down in there, you can actually see from when they're manufactured, somebody touched the chrome on there, and I can see a fingerprint down underneath the lens. So as far as that goes, guys, again, just find a product that you like, find something that has UV protectant in it, and just take the time over every wash to apply that, keep it on there, and just follow the instructions, and hopefully you'll have the same luck I've had. With that said, guys, honestly, like I said, I just haven't been feeling super energetic or anything like that over my weekend. This is my weekend, but I wanted to make sure to touch base with you guys. I will be definitely getting some coolant so we can get that that new bleeder installed, and then we'll definitely, since we have nice weather, finally be getting the car into the shop and getting the rest of the goodies on it. But I just wanted to take a moment again, guys, and just really push the point of kindness. I know in my last video I had a lot of really good feedback, and with what has just taken place, again, guys, if you're having any sort of mental health issues, whether it be you or friends or anything like that, just take the time, guys, have conversations, know that you're not alone in life. We all have our struggles, our ups and downs. And just remember, guys, the most important thing you can do, and I genuinely mean it, be kind to each other. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for taking time to check in. I love each and every one of you.